have to take them as they are written. They're not often taken as they're written. Kansas City 5-4-3 on the year. Orlando 3-5-4. These teams have previously met on a couple of occasions. Twice last year, once this year. Last season, 3-1. An issue. Levanta, a strong run up the wing. Heart and soul player for this team. They go as she goes in the midfield, and here she is on it again. That tackle clean from Timrak. Timrak, one of the players that Matt Potter was worried about coming into the game. In addition to Darian Jenkins, two players who previously played in Kansas City, had some success in the organization, and felt that with the quality they have, plus the added motivation, they'd be players to watch in this one. And now they have to watch out for a free kick just outside the area.
Yeah, Timrak obviously knows the Kansas City way of playing. As does Darian Jenkins. She might not be in the starting lineup or on the bench, but certainly she's giving information in the locker room and helping. We have a look here as Leach, one of the players to come in for Kansas City Current, giving away that free kick.
After her college days, Leach spent a few years in Sweden before coming over to NWSL. Last year was her first season, regular season that is. Only made 8 appearances. And this year has seen a lot more of the field. Her 6th start and 12th appearance overall tonight. Who might be able to get on the end of one of these with the attacking options Orlando has? Not a bad service. Claims that it should be a corner, and that is the call.
Kelly Abella with the ball in, and has to be a good ball, not only to get ahead of there. Dorothy Howard trying to get on the end to that, but to beat Adi French, who has been in unbelievable form for Kansas City Current. We'll talk more about her in a minute, but first this corner from Timrak.
Timrak won back-to-back championships in her days in Kansas City. Also the Rookie of the Year in the inaugural NWSL season. Listro goes back. Lawrence takes space.
It's a bit of a waste of a corner there from Timrak, just playing it straight to Kansas City Current, but they managed to get it back, and remain on the front foot. I just think from those corners, get them in the box, see what happens. We saw with England today against Germany how a corner knocked into the box can make all the difference.
The answer was 8 minutes and 35 seconds to the question, how long would noted Englishman Gary Bailey bring up the fact that the drought and the pain is over.
They brought it home.
Now be careful. We are international, not just to England, so there are German fans who are tuning in who are not Gary Bailey fans at the moment.
Well, they played well, you've got to be honest, and I thought at one stage that there was going to be another one of those England days that I've seen so many. I was part of the '86 World Cup squad that got beat by Maradona and the so-called hand of God, which, to be honest, was just nothing short of that. But, you know, we saw recently England losing to Italy in the Euro finals, getting knocked out in the semis of the World Cup just before that. You looked for a while like Germany were on top and were going to win, but well done to the Lionesses, and congrats to a German side, all the German fans who they put up a really, really good performance. But yes, they brought it home at last.
And NWSL's Rachel Daly on the cup-winning team started a number of games in the tournament, and by the way, her Houston Dash team fared well today as well, a 4-2 victory over Gotham. Would that have been rock bottom for England, by the way? Back-to-back years with the men last year, women this year, both at Wembley, both at home, to lose finals on back-to-back years. It would have been, but you know what? We'll never have to talk about it because the women actually won today. So that will forever remain a hypothetical that we don't have to worry about.
But you're right. It has become part of the English psyche to keep losing these matches, and we had to break it. And fantastic performance by the Lionesses. Germany will win again. They win so often anyway. I always say there's a bit of a joke. England versus Germany, and the Germans win. Well, this is once it hasn't, so thank heavens for that. England can celebrate.
A rocking summer for Gary Bailey. South Africa also winning the AFCON for the women, so you had quite the summer.
It certainly did. Fantastic. And South Africa won in Morocco, so to beat the hosts on their home ground, 2-1 victory. And now they live in the USA. I could say the USA won the CONCACAF.
Fair enough. You claim all three.
It's a hat trick.
And now, with that, a ribbon put on the summer of international football. It is time for the stretch run in NWSL. About a dozen games remaining for most of the teams. Playoff races tightening week by week. Kansas City never thought maybe they'd be in one the way the season started, but here they are. Scott. Elizabeth Ball gets it along to Addison Merrick, the other player who came over in that June trade with CC Kaiser from Louisville. I'm sure there were ulterior motives to a trade like that. Other reasons perhaps on the Louisville side, other moves they had in the works, but you just look back on it and you're left scratching your head with the form Louisville has been in to give up two quality players like that, and then to see what these two players have done for Kansas City.
And a local player, CC Kaiser. So when you bring a player back, Kansas City current, who's from your area, who has that love for the city. It's a wonderful player to have, and she's made an impact straight away in 5 games, 2 goals and an assist. She has been phenomenal, CC Kaiser. And I bet Matt Potter, and in fact when we spoke to him, he did make a point of thanking his bosses for going out and getting CC Kaiser and bringing her in, and you know, he says it's a team, it's a franchise that wants to go higher and better, and that makes it easier for the coach.
Look no further than the training facility they have. It's right up there with some of the best in the entire United States on the men or women's side. No doubt about it. I would say on the women's side, the facility they just opened up, the investment from ownership, it's all coming together for Kansas City.
CC Kaiser got the winner away at Washington, so it's not like she's just scoring any goals. When you score winning goals, it secures the 3 points. And it's a very valuable player to have in your side. And you add her alongside Kristen Hamilton, who I think is just a fabulous player. And they're a danger up front, the Current.
Early stages been about as tight as we expected it to be, at least the way Orlando has looked of late. Nearly a quarter of an hour in, neither side has yet taken a shot.
We were asking Seb Hines about what he thought tactically of the team that he's now in control of, and he said the clean sheets, especially that he was a central defender himself, so the clean sheets make him sort of happy about the way things are going. He said we understand each other better defensively, our roles and responsibilities, we're getting in good positions, and I think we've seen it so far. It's a well-organized Orlando Pride side. Again, my big question will be, how effective are they going to be in attack? I don't see them as much of a threat yet, but they could still come and show us a few good things. things in this match.
Issue. Levanta, a strong run up the wing. Heart and soul player for this team. They go as she goes in the midfield. And here she is on it again. That tackle clean.
In the crowd appreciate. She's a real crowd favorite, especially after some of the performances she's put in the last few games. 5 saves in 2 of those games, a penalty save, and getting onto the loose ball against Washington. Absolutely brilliant from Mady French. 2-1 away win at Houston, 5 saves there as well. It's a difficult one coming out like that, and it takes a bit of bravery because you're diving into oncoming traffic.
talk about the Sydney LaRue trade being a little bit of a head scratcher and maybe one that didn't please the fans of Orlando. Katie Franch was involved in a similar trade last year when Portland sent her to Kansas City. It was partly because of the rise of Bella Bixby in Portland, and also with the upcoming, at the time, expansion draft. There were a few contract technicalities that made it beneficial